Jose in Brentwood, California. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and call me Mo, because I'm going to have you seeing Mo better, looking Mo better, and show everyone else how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses when I cut a gradient lens. This is blue gradient, starting at 80% dark, working its way down to 20% clear at the bottom for your own Goliath Ultra frames. And they are the Goliaths. They are the Ultra. These are Cazal's cousin. Now, I am an authorized Cazal dealer, but I don't carry Goliath, so you have to do what Jose did. Mail your frames to me if you want lenses for your Goliaths, no matter what they are. Clear with anti-glare, transitions extra active with the mirror coatings, gradient, but I can make it happen, polarized. But let me pop out your original demo lenses. You even got your Goliath case. Look at that. Look at that. But I'm going to take your frame. Now, these are your frames. I do want to, anytime someone sends me a frame, I always make sure to clean the inside bevel where the lenses have been before tracing, and to make sure no dirt or debris that is in there. I've got your secret agent 2357. I'm going to program this shape into the computer, so years from now, should you ever want different lenses for this frame, I can mail them right to your home. I'm going to hit the start button. A little stylus is going to pop up, go around, trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy any genuine, authentic frame that I sell, and you'll get one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number. So if you have vision insurance and you submit my itemized receipt, you will get your out-of-network reimbursement. You have health savings account flex dollars, it'll be a 100% reimbursement. Now, my website uses PayPal. PayPal does not take health savings account flex dollars. So you have to go to the website. My phone number's there. Call me. I can take your flex card over the phone. That is the shape that I'll be cutting. We're going to move on to the next screen. Enter your pupillary distance of 32 for the right eye. The computer starts at 32.5, so I just tap the minus button one time. It goes down in 0.5 millimeter increments. Now, I do want to raise the optical center up about 6 millimeters for that. So I'm going to tap the plus button until we get to, nope, I'm hitting the wrong one. 33. I'm going to write on here, we're going 6 above. 33. This is a deep frame, so I'm raising the optical center up. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's going to look real good. So this is marked to the right lens. So we're going to come down here, spin the axis wheel to 12. I just finished at 15, so I didn't have to go very far. Put the minus power on 1 1/4. Make sure everything's still at 0, and it is minus 1 1/4. Put the lens in. Check the optical center. Check your pupillary distance. That looks good. Going to put 3 dots on the lenses. And this is the right lens. Do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right. Put the axis wheel on 171. And Jose, I do want to thank you for your patience. These lenses took a little bit longer to come in, but I think you will find they are worth the wait. So, I ordered your lenses from Zeiss. There's a girl who works there in customer service, a woman, forgive me, named Molly. Molly has an hallucinogenic name. She is a party drug. She's actually in college, but describes herself as an 80-year-old woman in a college student's body. When she's not at school or studying, she likes to crochet. And when I told her about these frames, the only thing I could think of when I was describing them, when I gave the frame measurements, I said they look like the frames that Al Pacino wore in Casino. And she said, is your client a gangster? And I said, I sure hope so. But Jose's going to look all gangster with these on. I'll tell you what. I can't wait. Now, anyone out there, go back a couple videos, look up Jose's Ray-Ban 3447s with red lenses. My man is not afraid of wearing some color. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. So I need 2 blocks, or as I like to call them, Jenny from the block. I need to attach 2 double-sided adhesive stickers to the lenses. Stick that one on the first one. Do the same thing now for the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet on the back right there. Make sure the lens is large enough to fit. And it is just barely. Look how close that is. But everything's looking good there. Alright, hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing for the lens that ain't right. Put that up there. Line up everything. Pupillary distance for the left eye is 31.5. Same optical center height. Want to check something? Come on, get large, get large. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Hang on. I need to check one thing. I do apologize. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to verify the optical center right was right. The optical center height, hit that button, the arm comes down, places the block onto the left lens. Now your permanent paperwork is a gray color card. And I just had that behind me. It has your full name and address, phone number, email, and I just always keep that separate. This is the color card I use for every video. And I just wanted to verify that information. Now this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home, and you won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs to double check behind himself. You can just do it all on the first take yourself. So I'm going to wake up the computer. This is job ID number 2357. 2357. That is the shape we're cutting. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic or Trivex, I would select that. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens. I'm only going to put one on the rear concave surface of the lens. So I'm going to press the block onto the lens firmly, place that in there, hit the start button. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And it's going to get right up to the edge. Oh, it already traced it. Measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Which you may have some, but I doubt it. The light you see flickering in the background is water. That is there to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high index plastic, and Trivex lenses cut wet, meaning that water sprays onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle. Now water will spray onto your lens, but only for the last 20 seconds to wash away any optical debris that you see beginning to form at the edge of your lenses. As I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. These are virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact ballistics-grade lens material. The same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel, from flying debris. It also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun there in Brentwood, California, your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so this is permanent sunscreen. This is going to be so tough looking. You're going to be the man, Jose. Now, if you notice, your lens is completely flat all the way around. It's now just double checking where to place the bevel. The other thing I did was measure the curvature of the frame and these lenses so that I match the curvature just perfect, so they fit in there just right. Going with a 5 base curve, giving it a little bit extra. Look at that, 5. Can you see that down there in the black? 5. This is called a Geneva lens clock. It costs about 200 bucks, but it tells me the right curvature to order for every frame. I am a licensed optician in North Carolina. You are getting a VIP service. I am probably the only place on the internet where a live optician answers every email, every message on Facebook, every Instagram, every social media one, who verifies your prescription, gets you to email me a picture of your prescription. I verify it's made correctly. I order the correct lenses with the correct curvature. I'm the only licensed optician that cuts every pair of lenses that gets shipped worldwide. I do the final inspection. I make sure the frame is in standard alignment. I print off the mailing labels. That is the VIP service you get from me. Now, I offer free lenses with every purchase. I do not sell Goliath, so I do charge $49.99 for single vision lenses. I charge $20 for the tint, or $30, excuse me, for the gradient, and $20 for solid, $30 for gradient. The safety bevel is applied to the back surface of the lens. The reason why I do a safety bevel, as you are about to see, is that a lot of time, one more thing I want to do, I want to clean the last of the R off of the lens, get all the sawdust off. The reason why I put a safety bevel on there is the lenses do not pop in all the time, and I do not want any rough edges left over from the cutting surface come into contact with your frame while I'm pushing it in there. So I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corners. This thing is big, wants to squirm. There we go, it snaps in there easily. Let's do the same thing for the left lens. Flip that over to L, place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, or tonight I'm calling it the Jose. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced again by the two wide styluses. First off, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame, and it is just barely getting up against that edge as it goes around. And measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly where to precisely place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which you got none, Jose. Look at that, look at that. Even in a large frame, your lenses are thin at the center, thicker at the edges, so the further you go from the center of the lens, the thicker it gets, but you got no edge thickness. Look at that, Jose. Take the block off, pull the sticker away, add to my sticker collection. Let's push that down and add that right there to hold that down. Come down here to the pupillometer. This is what's known as final inspection. I'm going to spin the axis wheel back to 12. Put it in. Find the center of your lens. Read the power. I'm getting -1 1/4. One tick mark going away from 1 towards 2. I'm at 1 1/4. That's because your prescription is 1 1/4 minus 150. So everything is in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4. You have 5 steps of far-sighted correction. That's where there's a minus on. Your lens is minify. So we're at -1 1/4. You have 1.5 diopters of astigmatism correction. Let's check that. We're at 275, 1 tick mark away from 3. That's because we add the two numbers together. 1 1/4 plus -150 is -275. We're at 275 in the red. Now your left eye, same amount of far-sighted correction, 5 steps. You're on the 5th rung of a ladder there. But you have an additional 7 steps of astigmatism correction, 1 3/4 diopters. So we're going to end up with a -3, 1 1/4. If someone borrowed $1.25 from you, then they borrowed another $1.75, they would owe you $3. Now, the axis corresponds to your astigmatism. This first number makes everything the correct size. It either minifies or magnifies. In your case, plus signs magnify. Yours is a minus, so it minifies. The second number is your astigmatism correction, right eye, left eye. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So we think of it as the fine-tune knob. For the right eye, we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 12. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. 270 for those of you in Australia, keeping a score below the equator. We're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 12 for your right eye. For your left eye, it's 171, and I mentioned in the last video what I find unique about this. You are 12 degrees away from the 180 meridian on your right eye. You are 9 degrees away from the 180 meridian on your left eye. So really there's only 3 degrees separating 12 and 171. So you have 3 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon with your prescription. That enables you to flash dance. Oh, what a feeling. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to scare anyone away. My voice sounds bad enough. I caught the sniffles this weekend. I took an Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus last night. I was away out of town this weekend. I have to get 8 hours of continuing education every year to keep my professional license. I caught the sniffles being in a room with all these strangers. I came home, took an Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus last night at 6:30 p.m. By 8 o'clock, I could barely keep my eyes open watching the San Francisco Green Bay game. Fine, I was hoping to stay awake till 9, but by 8:30 I gave up, just closed my eyes, fell asleep on the couch, went upstairs at 9, got 10 hours of sleep, woke up at 7 a.m. It's nice to know I got an over-the-counter sleeping pill if I need it. Man, Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus, the nighttime formula, woo, that stuff knocked me out. So we're going to tuck it in at the outside corner. The safety bevel is on the back surface of the lens. So as I press down to push it in, none of the rough edges come into contact with your frame. Let's go ahead and take that off, add to my sticker collection. My PD keeps coming off on all of these. So while we're still on 12, I forgot to put the PD back on here because it got washed off during the cutting cycle. Yeah, it's on there now. Let's do the same thing on the left. Turn the axis wheel to 171. Check the power of the left lens. We are getting -1 1/4. -1 1/4. We're going to check the steeper curve of your eye, the second curve at 175. Oops, let's get to the right height. And we're at -3. Let's put the PD on there. And when we hold it up, hopefully you can see that. Usually I put the paper behind it, but you should be able to see through there. 32 for the right eye, 31.5 for a total of 63.5. When we place the PD stick against my thumb on the right lens, we're getting 63.5 on the left lens. Check the optical center height of 33. That looks good. That looks good. Now again, this is the portion in every video that as I clean your lenses. I mentioned there's free shipping anywhere in the U.S. and Brentwood, California is still in the U.S. Again, all purchases are tax-free and free shipping anywhere in the U.S. Now when you get these in the mail, Jose, there's a small chance these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. But I'm going to go ahead and, because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance, 3 points, 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. Set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and press down on the counter, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. I'll put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Flip that over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly. Neither temple is askew. Check the tension on each hinge. If one was too tight or one was too loose, I would tighten the loose one. I would loosen the tighten one till they're the same way. Now, hopefully you can see that. That blue gradient. I'll tell you what, let's do this. It starts off at 80% blue at the top, fading to 20% at the bottom. So it goes from dark, goes from 80% dark at the top down to 20% at the bottom. Because that's how gangsters like Jose roll. Now, Molly, I hope you at Zeiss. By the way, not just like this video, do me a favor and like this video, but subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon. That way, if you want to see more videos from me, different lens combinations and different frames, you'll be notified as soon as a video comes out. I'll put a link to how you can buy lenses only for your frame in the description below. But you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as Free Prescription Lenses, on Twitter as Free RX Lenses. If you have any questions or comments about what I can or can't do, just go to the Contact Me page of the website. Again, there's a phone number if you need to use a health savings account, Flex Dollars. There's an email address. You can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below. But Jose, yes way Jose, he asked if I could do this, and I said yes I can. But thank you so much for the purchase of the blue gradient lenses for your Goliath frame. Zeiss, well, Molly at Zeiss hooked us up. She couldn't wait to see this video to see how they would look, and they look every bit the part. Look at the size of that frame. Look at my frame, the Ray-Ban 2132 New Wayfarer. Look at that. Gangster, little gangster. Real gangster, fake gangster. But yeah, Jose in Brentwood, California, thank you for the 80% blue gradient lenses for your Goliath Ultra. And now everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.